Hello everyone, very good morning. So hope everyone are doing fine. So we were discussing regarding the community health nursing unit 1. So we were discussing mainly the introduction to community health nursing. So in our previous classes we have seen what is the concept of health and also we have seen what is the concept of a disease. And in this chapter I would like to discuss you regarding the dimensions of health. So if you take the WHO, so here the WHO is saying mainly there are three dimensions for the health. So we have physical, mental and social. So if you take the definition, in the definition itself, health is a complete state of physical, mental, social and spiritual well-being, not merely an absence of any kind of disease or infirmity. So if you take a person is to be healthy, so here the physical, mental and social, although they are interacting with each other, so they have their own way, they have their own nature. So we'll see what is the physical dimension of health, we'll see what is the mental dimension of health, what is the social dimension of health and what is the spiritual dimensions of health. So we'll discuss one by one. So here if you see, these were all some of the dimensions that are involved in the health. So we have physical, we have socio-cultural, we have financial, we have environmental, we have occupational, we have spiritual, we have intellectual. So here if you see, the emotional or the intellectual, it is coming under the psychological aspect, and the physical, it is coming under the physical aspect of the person, and socio-cultural means it is coming under the social aspect. So we'll see what is the emotional first of all. So as we are discussing what is the emotional, it is nothing but coping effectively with life and creating satisfying relationships. So here if you see, no person in the society is happy with their lives, correct or not? So are you happy with your life? So here, whenever you are emotionally strong, even though the things that are occurring against you in the society, in the family or in your class or among your friends or among your peer group, so what is happening? You are coping. So even though you feel low, even though you are feeling low, what you are doing, whenever you are a healthy person, you are emotionally strong, what you will do, you will try to cope up with the situation, means you will try to balance the situation and you will create satisfying relationships. You will create what? Satisfying relationships. Nextly, we'll see what is this physical dimension. So if you see here, this physical dimension, so whenever this emotional, physical, socio-cultural, financial, environmental, occupational and spiritual and intellectual, whenever these things are determining, then you are said to be wellness, means nothing but then only you are said to be a healthy person. So if you see the physical aspect here, there is need for the physical activity, diet, sleep and nutrition. So if your physical activity, if you are physically not active, then you are deviating from health. If your diet is not proper, malnutrition will come and you will be deviating from the health. And if your sleeping pattern is not good, if your nutrition is not good, your physical appearance will be bad. So whenever you are physically not weak, then you can simply say the person is a diseased person. Coming to the socio-cultural, so here, developing a sense of connection, so belonging and a well developed support system. So here if you see the social culture, it is also nothing but the way you speak to others, the way you speak to others. See, whenever you are studying in the class, if somebody in the class, if they keep you aside, what you will think, wrongly I have came into this profession, they are keeping me separate, I think I'm not belonging to this group, I should be belonging to some other group. So you should not think like that. Whenever you are socio-cultural healthy person, you should have great connection, you should have sense of connection, and you should have a supporting system. So this is the socio-cultural aspect. Coming to the financial, so it mainly deals with the money, so satisfaction with the current as well as future financial situation. So if you're not satisfied, what you will do, psychologically you will become ill and you will focus on the money only, then psychologically your thoughts, everything will be deviated, then it will be deviated from the health. So financial aspect is one of the dimensions of health. Coming to the environment, so what is this environment? Good health by occupying pleasant, stimulating environments that are supporting the well-being. So whenever your environment is healthy, whenever your environment is healthy, automatically you will also feel healthy, correct or not? If your environment is not good, if the environment is not good, according to the triad what we have discussed, agent, host, environment. So if the combo is disturbed, so if the environment is not proper, the agent is using the environment and it is entering the host, ultimately resulting in the disease. Nextly, occupational. So the work you are doing, you should have personal satisfaction and enrichment. Nextly, spiritual. So expanding our sense of purpose and meaning in life. So this is spiritual. So what you are doing, you should expand your sense of purpose. Means whenever you are spiritually strong, you will follow ethics. You will follow, what is good and bad. You will have set of values. So you sometimes you will have some fear that somebody is watching you, and if you do this thing wrong, you will be punished. So what you will do, you will avoid the wrong things and you will stay in a healthy manner. So this is the spiritual dimension, and we'll see what is the intellectual dimension. So if you see the intellectual dimension, you should recognize the creative abilities, and you should find out the ways in expanding your knowledge as well as skills. So this is the intellectual dimensions. Always you should be intellectual. You should try to cope up with the situation. You should try to learn. You should try to learn everything from certain types of situation. You should expand your knowledge and skills, and you should expand your abilities. So these are all some of the dimensions that were involved in the health. So now we'll see one by one what is the physical dimension. So here, the state of physical health, it is implying the notion of perfect functioning of the body. So it is conceptualizing the health biologically, a state in which every cell and every organ is functioning at optimum capacity and perfect harmony with the rest of the body. So what is this definition is saying to you? Perfect functioning of the body. Whenever any cell in the body, see, our body is made up of different types of cells. The similar cells with similar function will constitute similar type of tissues, and similar tissues with similar function will constitute organs, and similar type of organs with similar function will constitute a body. Correct or not? A system, and similar, all the systems all together means constitute a body. So if the cell in a tissue is being damaged, the tissue will be damaged. If the tissue in an organ is damaged, automatically the organ will damage. If an organ in the system is being damaged, ultimately the system will be getting affected. So what it is concepting, what is the concept here? Every cell in the body or every organ, it should function at its optimum level. So whenever it is functioning at the optimum level, then only there will be perfect harmony with the rest of the body. For example, if you take a person, for simply I'm saying, if a person is having some kind of renal failure, so there is some kind of damage in the kidney, so his physical function will be at optimum level? No, his physical function cannot be at the optimum level, because whole equilibrium will be disturbed when a person is having the disease which is related to renal system. So that is what the physical dimension is very important. Now we'll see what are all the signs. Of physical health. So here, a good complexion skin. A good complexion means the person, whenever he is able to perform himself, whenever he is able to show himself accurately. A clear skin, bright eyes and lustrous hair with the body, and well clothed with firm flesh, and not too fat, and a sweet breath. So all these are some of the signs for good physical health. And also we have a good appetite, sound sleep, and regular activity of bowel and bladder, smooth, easy and coordinated bodily movement. So for example, if the person is having some kind of breakage in the hand, whether his body movements can be in a smooth and organized manner? No. If a person is too fat, his body movements will be in an organized manner? No, it cannot be in an organized manner. So this is what the physical dimension is made up of. So all the organs of the body of unexceptional size and function normally. So all the special senses that should be intact. So what is the pulse rate, BP, exercise tolerance? So all these things they should be within the normality they should be within the normality for their age and for their sex. And if the person is young and if they are growing, their weight also should grow accordingly. So according to the age, the height should be maintained. According to the age, the weight should be maintained. So this is the good physical dimension. So here, when the body organs are not functioning normally, if the person is having any kind of cardiac diseases, or if the person is having hypertension, so his pulse rate will be increasing. So tachycardia will be there whenever he is doing some kind of vigorous exercise. So he cannot maintain the normal stature like us. or he cannot be normotensive like us. So here if you see, the person, he should be according to his age, according to his sex, he should or she should maintain the health. What are all the standards that were said, they should be able to meet, then only we are saying the person is physically a healthy person. So this is the physical dimension in the dimensions of health. Now we'll see what is the mental dimension. So what is the mental dimension? So here mental dimension is nothing but it is the ability to respond for variety of situations that are occurring in life. So he should have flexibility and he should have sense of purpose. So why he should do this work, why he should try to cope up with the situation. So this is the mental dimension. If you see the definition, a state of balance between the individual and surrounding world, and a state of harmony between oneself and others, a coexistence between the relatives of self and other people of the environment. So what is this definition is saying? It is nothing but the balance between you and your environment. So you should be able to cope up with the situation. So some person is yelling at you, means some person is having so much of anger on you, you should treat them, you should try to handle the situation in a proper way. If he is yelling, if you also start yelling, what will happen? You both will fight and there will be a big mess. So you are also not mentally strong, he is also not mentally strong. So what is happening? There is a lot of fight going on each other. But if you are able to maintain the balance, if you are able to tackle the situation in an appropriate manner, you can avoid that fight. Correct or not? So it is the balance between you and the surrounding world. It is the harmony, the way you talk, the way you speak, the way you maintain the relation between you and the other person, between you and the environment that is surrounding you. What is the environment that is surrounding you? If you are in a classroom, all the classroom students, all the friends that were sitting beside you, that will be the environment, correct or not? So you should be able to maintain your mental health. So here a mentally healthy person is always free from internal conflicts. So he or she is not war with himself or herself. So what, as I have said yesterday, in yesterday class I have said you what is a conflict. So what is a conflict here? Conflict means nothing but the person is unable to decide himself whether to go or not to go. For example, you are trying to cross a road. For example, you are trying to cross a road. So whenever you started crossing, if the vehicle is started coming from there, what you will do? You will just wake up, you will try to move forward and you will try to come backward. You cannot cross. You will be in a dilemma whether to cross the road or whether not to cross the road. Correct or not? So that is a conflict here. So here, when a person is yelling at you or when a person is scolding you, when a person relation is not good with you, so what you have to do? You have to adjust. So you should not have war inside that you also should go and fight with him because he is fighting with you. No, you should not think in such a way. You should be getting adjusted. You should search for identity. Always a good mentally person, he is always try to search for the identity. Means he want to show himself to the others. Okay. So you should be like icons in the mobile phone. See, what are the icons that we use in the mobile phone? So the best icon that we use in the mobile phone are phone. You will use what is phone icon, and we were using the camera, we will use Chrome, and sometimes we will use the WhatsApp. So you should be like that. There are other apps in the mobile phone. You have lot of apps in the mobile phone. See, if you see the mobile phone, if you open, there were different types of apps that are there in the mobile phone. See, these many apps are there. So everybody are using all these apps? No, we are not using all these apps. I'm saying for example. So what we are using only the phone app, we are using the messaging app, and we are using the camera app, and you are using the social networking apps, because they are having some set of identity. They're having some set of identity. So if you take that example in your life, you should also be like an identified person. If I come to your class, I should be able to say your name and I should be able to wake you up. Correct or not? You should not be like, this person is also there, I have never seen this person. Like that they will say. So you are also there in class, you belong to this class? No, I haven't seen you for a while. So like that we will say. Is that correct? No. You should always try to search for your identity. Means you should try to present yourself. Then the person is said to be mentally healthy person, and he should have strong sense of self-esteem, not overconfidence. He should be properly confident enough, and he should know himself, what is his needs, what are his problems, and what are his goals. So I should have good self-control balances, and he should face the problems, and he should try to solve the problems intelligently. So coping with the stress and anxiety. So if you take some persons, so if they are having anger, they do not have anger management. For their anger management, they will give you 0. So how many of you have seen the movie Arjun Reddy? So if you have seen this movie called Arjun Reddy or Kabir Singh, so here if you see, their anger management is 0. So they cannot cope up with the stress and they cannot cope up with the anxiety. So if they get anger, they will go and kick the other person. So in that movie, if you see that hero, according to our topic, according to our lesson, will you say the person is a healthy person? Whether the mental dimension of the person is healthy there? No, it's not healthy. If he is intelligently, if he is a mentally healthy person, he should solve them intelligently. So he should cope up with the stress and he should cope up with the anxiety. So if you are mentally ill, you have seen that movie. So the person, he is harming his body by taking alcohol, by taking drugs. What he is doing, he is not interacting with the social persons. He is having fight with his friends. He is not mingling with others. Ultimately, his physical health is being damaged and he is hospitalized. Correct or not? So in such a way, you have to take the mental dimension. Coming to the social dimension. So here, if you see the social dimension, it is defined as quantity and quality of an individual interpersonal ties and extent of the involvement with the community. So what I am saying, how he is having interpersonal relations with the community, how he is going and working in the community, whether he has any social responsibility or not. So this one is the social dimension. So here, social health, it takes into account that every individual is a part of family. Correct or not? You belong to your family or you are alone? You belong to your family. So group of families we are constituting wider society or wider community. These communities are constructing states, and different types of community they are constructing the countries. Correct or not? So here, as an individual, you belong to the family. That means you belong to the community. So you should be socially responsible. You should focus on social and economic conditions as well as being a whole person in context of his social network. If you are a healthy person, automatically your family will be healthy. If your family is healthy, automatically the other families also will be healthy, because you are, as an individual, it is responsible, it is your basic responsible that you should see your health and you should see your family health. Correct or not? So if you are healthy, automatically the family will be healthy. If the families are healthy, the communities are healthy. If the communities are healthy, the cities, the towns or the villages, they are healthy. The cities are healthy, the states will be healthy, or the districts will be healthy. If the districts are healthy, the country. So like that, you have to see the social dimension. So the way you are involving with the social members, the way you are involving with the environmental conditions. So this is the social dimension. Coming to the fourth one, we have spiritual dimension. So if you see the spiritual dimension, it is referring to the part of individual which reaches out and strives of meaning and purpose of life. So here, the spiritual dimension, it is mainly dealing with the godly aspect. So everybody will have some sort of question in their minds, either conscious or subconscious or unconscious. At a point of time in your life, you will think, why I have born on this earth? What is the purpose of my life? You will think or not? You will think or not? So it is nothing but it is intangible. So something that transcends physiology and psychology. What is doing? So it is always interrelated with the physiology as well as psychology. So it is including the integrity. So what it is including? Integrity, principles of ethics. What is the purpose of life? So if you see, it is intangible. Means intangible means nothing but it is related to your physiology as well as psychology. And it is also including what? Integrity. It is having the principles of ethics. What is the purpose of life? And your commitment to the higher being and believe in concepts that are not subjected to state of art or explanation. So this is the spiritual dimension. So you will believe God. You will believe God. Have you seen the God? No, we haven't seen the God, but we will believe in God. So because we believe in God, we keep certain types of ethics. And we know the purpose of life. So it is out of reach, but you believe that if you lead a good life, if you lead a spiritual life on this earth, you will go to the better place whenever you are dying. So this is beyond explanation. We do not know properly what is happening, but In the spiritual dimension, we are believing something is controlling us. We are not here alone. Something is there and it is controlling us. We are thinking. So this one is the spiritual dimension. So, and also we have emotional dimension. Fifth one is emotional dimension. So it is mainly related to the feeling. So if you see, expert in the psychology, they have been relatively successful in isolating these two separate dimensions. So with the new data, mental and emotional aspects of humans may have to be viewed as two different dimensions of health. So what this statement is saying means, so the scientist means the psychologist, they are able to say that the mental health is separate and the psychological health is separate. So they are two, emotional health is separate. So they are two separate ways they are saying according to the textbook. And sixth one, if you see, we have vocational dimensions. So here, when you are able to adopt, whenever you are able to adapt yourself to your goals, your capacities, your limitations, so what you will do, if you want to play a role, you will promote your physical as well as mental health. Correct or not? So if your physical and mental health has been improved, ultimately the physical capacity of the person is improving. So with the physical capacity is improved, what you will do, you will achieve the goal and you will have self-realization in work. So this achievement in goal and self-realization in work, they both are becoming the source of satisfaction and enhanced self-esteem. So this is the vocational dimension. So other type of dimensions that we have are preventive dimension, means it is mainly dealing with the preventive aspect of the disease in the health, and curative, once the person is affected with the disease, how to cure the disease of a person. And philosophical means it is giving reasoning for every problem. Cultural means the way you are believing, the way you are talking, so you belong to this culture. The values, the core values, the common core values that you share are always same. And educational dimension, education means the way you study. So whenever you are having proper knowledge, whenever you are improving your knowledge and skills, automatically the educational dimension will come into play. And nutritional dimension, so it is dealing with the dietary aspect. And we have environmental dimension, we have socio-economic dimension. So environmental means the environment which is surrounding you, and socio-economic means the money matter will come into play here. So this is the socio-economic dimension. So all the above dimensions shown that are many sectors involved to attain the positive health. Thank you. Hope you understood what are all the dimensions of health. So if you do not understand, please let me know. I'll try to explain you once again. If you like the content, please like, share and subscribe the channel. And if you have any type of queries, please drop them in the comment box. And if you have any suggestions for my teaching, please let me know so that I can correct myself in the coming classes. Thank you. Thanks for watching.